7:53 p.m. Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, episode number 883 of Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan, and this is Seth. Everything's flashing.
Things are flashing.
Everything's
on my levels.
recording. Recording levels are good.
883. Yeah Dude. America through the eyes of two Americans. So excited to be here. More excited that you joined us. Thank you so much. I've got incredible news. In Decula, Georgia, population 6,000, small town, just a down home small town in Georgia, halfway between Atlanta, Georgia, and Athens, Georgia. If you're road tripping, just opened up a Dairy Queen. First Dairy Queen in Decula. That is a treat. I know it's autumn. It doesn't have the same effect as a summer frozen dessert.
Be in full swing this is going to allow them to get all the kinks out.
Exactly.
Through
Staffing.
fall.
You're fired.
You out.
You're out.
Call this a blizzard?
Your sister, and your mom. You're out.
All yous.
So think of how exciting. I always think about when we send our tastiest treats to our culinary treats to places that haven't had them. This is a town where people in Decula have they've had a DQ maybe in the big city of Atlanta. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, does Atlanta have
field trip?
Maybe on a field trip to Atlanta. How many Dairy Queens are in Atlanta? That's what I need to know. September 2021. Oh yeah, dude. 888-842-2357. I need the names and locations of every DQ in Atlanta.
We got one on Peachtree.
Oh,
we got
perfect.
one on North Avenue.
Which one do you like better?
One on East Point.
I love East Point's DQ.
They're out there.
It's good.
Oh, we got a Dairy Queen Grill and Chill. I don't know exactly what those are.
You have one in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
one in
maybe?
Decatur, one in East Point, a couple in Atlanta.
Filthy with DQs. Well,
I wouldn't say filthy.
I really? 5?
But that's all within the...
If there were 6 in LA, I'd say we're filthy in DQs. I couldn't find you one. Sunset and La Brea closed. I wouldn't know where to take you.
I didn't know that one was closed.
What if I drove you there on your birthday and you were like, either Starbucks or T-Mobile? Can't be anything else. If I brought you there on your birthday, but you were like, take me there, and I just didn't have the heart to tell you until we pulled up.
You're like, I'm sorry, John.
Sorry.
There's a DQ Orange Julius combo in the Northridge Fashion Center.
See, that's where it's at. I told you that. That Northridge.
Throw a raw egg in there for me.
That's where the TCBY is. I only do standalone DQs though. I will not have it besmirched. I don't want the smell of an orange getting in the way of my fucking soft serve. You know that. You know me.
Burbank.
All right, that's close enough. It's not, but I'll take you.
I got a couple in my neighborhood.
There you go.
Cat City.
Oh, Cathedral City.
Huntington Beach.
See, I told you. If there were 5 in LA proper, we'd be filthy. There's 2. There's 2 in the valley.
I don't see, not that many, I guess. What happened there?
Baby. I don't know.
Well, we used to... There's not that many.
That's fucking life, though, in the big city in Decula. That's life in Decula. Population 6,000. They earned it.
Congratulations,
y'all.
You ain't joking.
Told you.
One in Cerritos. One in Cypress.
It's the world we live in.
One in Burbank.
They call it progress.
One in Arcadia. That's it.
Unbelievable.
There's a shit ton of up in the PNW.
See, that's
my dad and I. We talk about which ones we like the most.
Yeah,
where we like the staff.
You gotta talk to your old man.
The most.
You gotta talk to your old man. I had that neck issue. It's touch and go.
I'm not wrong. It was like 50 in Portland.
So that's it. That's it.
We got to move to Portland.
I'm up there. Up in the PNW. God, me, you and your old man rolling into DQ.
What would
knock,
you
knock.
There?
Just watch you guys buy it for you guys. Went to that. I had that neck issue a while back. It's long since forgotten because of the incredible work.
But it was
incredible work.
It was no joke. You were having some severe
there was issues.
Nerve issues.
You don't even know, but between my 3 sessions at the the chiropractor, my sessions. And then I was like, they have an acupuncturist here, and wonderful man. He's going to do some work. He said, well, how do you drive? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, what do
you whip?
Well, I was like, yeah, I drive a fucking Mercedes, the best or nothing. He's like, no, how do you drive?
Not what do you drive?
I was like, oh, I don't know. And he's like,
whip.
You got to put, he's like, you have to put your hand underneath the steering wheel, grab it. I don't know if you can't see me, extend your arm out, and then instead of being at 10 and 2 with your hands over, palms down, drive with your palm up, because it keeps your chest open instead of, because he's trying to keep telling me to like,
yourself.
Yeah. But then I was like, but I whipped this Mercedes and I'm like Detroit leaning. I don't know if you understand.
Sir.
Maybe I'll send you a vid. Come outside. Let's get the pins out. Just showed him. I got in and I was like, I don't even need to pull out. Let's just start it. Left hand, bam. And he was like, it does look good,
he's like,
but I gotta stand yonder. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Pulled out onto Cole. By the time I got to Melrose, right back up on top. I don't care what happens. I don't care if I can't look left or right. But that's the sometimes you got to sacrifice your fucking style.
Yeah, but you also have to have limits as to what it...
Yeah, I can't.
What's that worth?
Sir, doctor.
Sir.
You're a doctor? That's disgusting.
They call you guys doctors?
Are you guys doctors? It's
You're
disgusting.
supposed to drive like this?
He wants me to drive like this.
With one hand?
2 hands, if I can.
So you want to drive like this?
Like, yeah.
That's so dumb. That can't be safe.
It doesn't. It doesn't feel right.
But you probably can't even maneuver the vehicle out of scary situations as easily.
I mean, I need to really be leaning.
H-down leaning.
I got to be right over. So yeah, but that's it's all different. I don't know where you live or who your doctor is.
Yeah, or who you look up to,
whose word you live by, which is his.
In Idaho, Lewiston, Idaho, at least 2 GOP legislators have received threats after their votes on a law drastically reducing the numbers of wolf numbers. Now, these anonymous letters said that, quote, just as the wolf went from predator to prey, so shall ye. The letter was smeared with something.
Interesting.
And also had several drawings, possibly of a tree, also several geometric shapes. So,
wow. I mean, I don't know ecologically, I don't know what's correct or incorrect. I just know that you open up that. I know we have a friend named Tim Reed. Is the wolf whisperer. Just saying, we have a dear friend, and we could probably get some reward money. Probably
pin this on.
Probably lace me out for a couple of years in comfort. That letter was
smeared with something.
So he is an artist. Always has different paints, mediums, modalities, if you will. So what did this person's letter say?
Just as the wolf went from predator to prey, so shall ye.
You don't want to get that. You read that, that's going to haunt you.
Yeah, no matter who you are.
That ain't your typical death threat.
Please, sir, consider.
Having researched the facts. Yes, horse heads in beds and such. No, that's
tree in several geometric shapes.
Any geometric
sounds hexy.
Hieroglyphic. It's very Is it a tree? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
What's it smeared in? Some type of oil. That's realness. That's politics, baby. Though you're getting in the muck. You know?
I mean, it's not... I'm sure what they voted for was not correct.
Well, if they voted... Whatever they did is not correct.
Voting to lower wolf numbers can't be... I can't think
I don't need to look into it. They voted on something. Whatever they did was wrong.
For sure.
Hence the world. Open your eyes.
Hence the postcards.
Hence, yes.
The smeared postcards.
What we send. Maybe.
Beautiful people. Like you and I.
Oh, is this about us?
I think this is a study about people like us.
Okay.
Beautiful people are more likely to get hired. They are also more likely to receive better performance evaluations and get paid more. But it's not just because of their good looks, according to new research from the University of Buffalo School of Management. The study, forthcoming in Personal Psychology, was recently published online. It found that while a beauty premium exists across all professions, it's partially because the attractive people develop distinct traits as a result of how the world has responded to their attractiveness. They build a greater sense of power. They have more opportunities to improve nonverbal communications.
So it's, like that. Because with you, with those eyes, that's all it takes a look. That saves a lot in meetings.
It saves a lot of time.
When people are, back burner to the front burner and you're just like eye burning everybody in the meeting. I think I know what he means.
They build a greater sense of power and have more opportunities to improve nonverbal communication skills throughout their lives. Quote, we wanted to examine whether there's an overall bias toward beauty on the job or if attractive people excel professionally because they're more effective communicators. Says Min Swan Tu, PhD, assistant professor of organization and human resources in the UB School of Management. What we found was that while good-looking people have a greater sense of power and are better nonverbal communicators, their less attractive peers can level the playing field during the hiring process by adopting a powerful posture. Okay. The researchers conducted 2 studies that evaluated 300 elevator pitches. The researchers conducted 2 studies that evaluated 300 elevator pitches of participants in a mock job search. In the first study, managers determined the good-looking people to be more hireable because of their more effective nonverbal presence. In the second study, the researchers asked certain participants to strike a power pose by standing with their feet shoulder-width apart, hands on hips, chest out, chin up during the pitch. With this technique, the less attractive people were able to match the level of nonverbal presence that their more attractive counterparts displayed naturally. Who's determining these attractive versus non-attractive participants is what I want to know. What are they using as a...
What are the standards you mean? Do they have...
What were the guidelines that they were using of that this group is a more attractive group than this group of people?
So interesting. Hey, ugly, why are you standing like that? Oh, shit! And then the guy just runs out. I had it for a second.
And then he called my bluff.
It just was like, hey, ugly, we don't stand like that. Yeah. Good question. The researchers over here. So you just, what's your...
So I guess, do they poll another group of people to grade the attractiveness of this group?
What's the beauty boy? Premium? Provision? What was it? Do you have a placebo? What is the, or a sort of... What's the kind of what's the word with the kind of
like a base level, like a litmus test? What are you saying?
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to find. Well, like you have to have a what's the word? You need a
control.
Yes. So you need a who is the control person?
Yeah.
For beauty, if it male or female. So they have to be, I guess, handsome but not too handsome.
Right.
So that would be, who could be, could Paul Rudd, could he be, is the,
like a control,
he's the control, Paul Rudd is the control group, control litmus. Handsome, he's not going to overpower
you.
you.
Fuck you up. Like, he's not going to like.
Yeah, he's not
going to faint.
He ain't going to faint.
Paul Rudd. Using Paul Rudd as the control.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I guess they have to have had some type of predetermining of
maybe that was an earlier study. I want to know that. It has to
have been an earlier study.
We ran through the control on that. Very interesting.
But yeah, I don't know.
Why are you standing like that? It's all I have.
This is all I got.
My pitch sucks. My elevator pitch sucks.
What does that mean?
You heard it in the elevator. That must be
short pitch.
Well, must be.
You only have an elevator ride.
We're on the 32nd floor.
We're going. By the time I hit the 15th, either
I got the chairman of the board. She's standing right in front of me. I'm gonna let her know. 2, 3, 4. Oh fuck! This elevator is flying.
This is a fast elevator.
Yeah, just a ding, ding, ding. Are you stopping on the 11th, 12th, and 13th floor? Well, I thought that maybe we're the only ones in this elevator. Why are you standing like that? 11th floor. She just asks you to leave. Move it, ugh.
Why are you standing like that, Uggo?
Fuck. You know what I got right here? This is not a joke. It's not funny. I went right to Dance Safe. Because Dance Safe has been around since 1998, from what I learned. When I saw another group, like the fact that every time I'm on the internet, there's fentanyl killing somebody, I got me some fentanyl test strips. I don't know. It's very complicated how they work, but...
It is?
Yeah.
I thought it was
the
not
instructions were like how you have to do different if it's a powder versus if it's a pill. But, Samantha's friend going to Joshua Tree with a bunch of dudes all getting
eating Molly and shit.
Take these. Saving lives over here.
Do not.
Yeah, don't do anything until, and I don't know, I would at this point, been so far removed, I would have to like run it through Quest. I wouldn't be able to, this would not be something out in the mail from fucking Northern California. I'd send it to Quest and be like.
My understanding is that the fentanyl strips only test for like 13 of 30 different fentanyl strains.
There were so many.
I mean, it's certainly better than nothing.
But it's just like, but
a lot better than nothing.
You could be doing cocaine, you could be doing fucking Molly, you could forget it. And it's cheap. And it was like 20 strips was like
they give them
$20
away
or
for
something.
free at a lot of these needle exchange places and stuff like that. But I mean, you can order them off Amazon for relatively cheap.
Go to a party, these are my drug cards I got.
What?
Well, for extra $5, I might as well get all my drug cards with detailed analysis of drugs. What are you into?
Art?
MDMA, LSD,
give me LSD.
Cannabis, magic mushrooms.
I want LSD. What are these amazing?
How good are these? They're insanely colorful, dramatic, trippy artwork. DMT? You into DMT? Yeah, you are. You love cocaina. 5-MeO DMT?
Let me see that.
Yeah. Ketamine? You into K? You are if you saw this fucking graphic. I wasn't until I saw that cool graphic. Heroin? GHB? Baby, I got everything over here. Probably not the coolest guy to walk into a party with fucking 20 fentanyl strips and all these. Hello, everybody. What's going on in this room? Hold on. Let me look up what you're doing. Fucking dork. But still, don't do drugs until you test them, is all I'm fucking saying.
5-MeO DMT is a psychedelic of the tryptamine class and a naturally occurring neurotransmitter found in the brains of all mammals.
Well, that's good. That's
safe. It can be extracted from numerous plant species or produced synthetically. The plant extracts are used by various Central and South American indigenous tribes as a snuff. It also exists within the bufotoxin of the Sonoran Desert, a.k.a. Colorado River toad. Synthetic 5-MeO can range in consistency from crystalline to talc-like powder and is usually white to beige in color.
Can these strips test? Could there be fentanyl in that? You could be fentanyl in anything.
I mean, it would be weird to do it, but yes.
I would just be like, everybody just let the old man do it for you.
It can also range in purity and can be obtained in both HCl and free base forms. I don't know what HCl means.
Hydrochlor or something? It sounds right. HCl, right? I'm not Hamilton, but HCl sounds like hydrochlor or something.
The bufotoxin.
Into 2CB?
Yeah.
Well, there you
2CB
go.
was fucking... I only did it once or twice, and it
well,
was like
read
the
about
best.
it after you've done it. I like to read about it.
After I've done it. The bufotoxin, I just like saying that word, crystalline, flake-like, and clear to golden brown in color, but may also contain other organic compounds or adulterants resulting from the collection of milking the toad. The 5-MeO DMT experience is unique and cannot be compared with any other drug. No prior psychedelic experience can prepare someone for its effects.
No matter how many
including
cards
experience
separates
with NN-DMT, aka DMT or DEEMS. It is one of the few substances rated as a +4 on the Shulgin rating scale and has often been referred to as the crown jewel of entheogens and also referred to as the God molecule.
Wow.
This is making me want to smoke
I mean, look at these cards make you want to do drugs, do they not? Why'd they make them? Couldn't they have just made them in black and white with simple lettering instead of making them look so amazing?
When vaporized or smoked, 5-MeO-DMT has a rapid and immediate onset. The experience is overwhelming and often results in complete ego dissolution.
Oh,
Some describe it as a merging with the infinite, an explosion or implosion of consciousness that connects them with the eternal love of the divine. Many report powerful states of ecstatic union, oceanic bliss, kundalini activation, samadhi, or full immersion into the mysterium tremendum. That's not a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. That's a thing.
Others may feel as though they are physically dying.
Oh.
Been there. Or they may be overcome by extreme fear or terror and attempt to resist the experience.
Don't resist.
Set and setting can greatly influence whether one has a positive or challenging experience. A guide or sitter is important. 5-MeO can
Always. It's me.
both increase and decrease heart rate or blood pressure depending on the individual. A health screening is recommended by many in advance to be sure that prospective participants are in solid physical and mental health before partaking.
We can do this, or you want to go get coffee and a croissant?
Nope.
No, I'm going to go with the first guy.
I'm going to go with dancesafe.org.
Yeah, I'm going to go with their party and their colorful postcards.
Now, 5-MeO can induce challenging effects and after effects in some individuals, including spontaneous reactivations of the experience. This may be due to the
It's like free trip.
endogenous presence and release of melatonin or trace amounts of 5-MeO in the human body. In certain circumstances, 5-MeO can result in significant psychological distress, particularly if used carelessly or in an unsafe environment. It is very important to have a sober sitter with you or a highly skilled practitioner or guide who is familiar.
Sitter Seth.
Sober sitter Romatelli.
He's here, finally. Sorry, guys, traffic. Everybody waiting to get fucked up. The point is,
The casual use of 5-MeO has led to several preventable deaths, usually from people asphyxiating on vomit when using it alone.
My God.
Didn't know that. Combining 5-MeO with other drugs, particularly stimulants, has resulted in deaths as well. Even on its own, 5-MeO-DMT, and particularly the bufotoxin, has occasionally caused seizures in some people. If you choose to use 5-MeO-DMT, having an intention can help you get more
I'll get you though.
out of the experience.
Look
at this little like Jenko Raver symbol sign. That
insane. The point is, if you're at a party
and you have this card on you,
you're going to get thrown out.
Pull this card.
Pull this card. Don't do drugs.
Unless you've got...
Don't take any cocaine at a party.
Don't take any cocaine, any ecstasy, any
can't test.
any oxys, heroin, anything.
And these are super cheap. And
no Molly.
Go on then and get them. I don't want to hear about anybody
Xanaxes,
calling it
because they're making fake Xanaxes in Mexico, pressing them to look like Xanbars, but cutting them with fentanyl.
Just please don't
do anything without testing.
Don't do anything without testing it, please. I get two things that are weird, but they're similar, but they're not. In Nevada, they have new driver's license. But for some reason, TSA scanners, the way they are made and the barcodes don't work.
On these newfangled.
New licenses don't work with the scanners. So you'd think that...
Get together on that one?
We might collab on that. Where do we use these licenses? Where are they? Where do we use? What is the only place you have to fucking... Whatever. Texas, several funeral embalmers in the area say it's common practice to pour human blood from corpses down the drain. A procedure that Austin water officials had just admitted that they were completely unaware was occurring. And they think it's going to compromise the wastewater entering the Colorado River. Again, could collab, but then look this up, and it's not a Texas. This is like
nationwide.
This is just what they...
You dump blood down the drain.
I didn't know that.
What would you do if you cut yourself and started bleeding? What would you do?
I have one of those things that they have in doctors' offices, that the plastic that we put the needles in for disposal. I have one of those. I have one in every room.
You would
That's me. I'm a guy that brings fentanyl strips to parties, though. That's just me.
Sober sitter Seth.
The guy with the cards. I didn't know that, but
It seems like
I would think cutting your finger.
No, that's a stupid example.
It's a great example. It's the same thing, but bodies draining the blood.
Pouring
a lot of blood.
That's a lot of blood.
Right down.
Going down the drain.
You take what does that come back to the shower? I don't even know how any of that works. Is the toilet the same as the shower?
But you have to dispose of the organs and stuff. So wouldn't the blood just go wherever you do dispose of that stuff? Right?
Because where the organs go?
I don't know. They go to like I don't know.
Where do they go? Daycare? Go underneath the...
Well, they can't keep the organs in the bodies because then they start to rot. So when
the organs get taken out.
So they take the blood and the organs out, right? Or do they just formaldehyde everything?
Yeah, it's chemicals. I think maybe
so then the organs stay in. They just drain the fluid.
Drain all your blood, which must be a lot. Because if you're talking about just my finger, oh man, look at all this blood down the sink. I hope that Jonathan doesn't call wastewater. But what if they were draining all the blood out of you?
It's got to be a few gallons.
It's got to be a lot of blood. Yeah, I give a gallon when I do blood. I got to have more than just a gallon in me.
You don't give a gallon.
You don't give a gallon?
You give a pint.
A pint. That's what I... No, eight pints is a gallon.
Could you please repeat what...
You don't know
How
shit.
much blood is in my body?
Here's what I found.
1.2 to 1.5 gallons of blood for a 150 to 180 pound body.
Gallon, 1.5. So like a milk jug and a half. Just pour that down the drain for every dead person. I guess ocean is so big. Where does it go? Does it go to the ocean?
Once it hits the water, it all dilutes. I mean, there's a lot of blood in that water anyway. All
And
the
then
other
maybe
things
it's
die.
good
What about
'cause
all the other things that have blood in them that
Maybe
die in the
it kills
ocean?
like the lead
water.
and the pills that are in there. Maybe it like you need that iron from the blood to kill.
But that blood is filled with those pills. It's like all the
it's all
medication
in
is
the blood.
coursing.
Ooh.
I think that's probably not good. Probably the blood should go somewhere else.
Where do we put it? A big pool? There's just
blood pool.
Blood pool island? Or a dam?
Maybe there's a large crater somewhere that we could fill.
Maybe we take North Dakota and South Dakota,
Cut a hole in them.
No, just whichever. Well, in the circle,
carve 'em out.
Carve out the huge circle, and all the nation's blood goes into a dam that is in the middle of the state.
Blood dam.
And then it becomes like a tourist attraction that you can come
Blood
and
lake.
you can like look over and
at
and your friends will
Blood
grab you and
lake.
like.
There's got to be a use for it.
We got to find a way to turn it into petro for
What
my
is
truck.
Petrol. Petrol?
Petrol for my truck.
You mean gas?
Gas.
Petrol.
Petrol. If we could do that, if we could turn human blood from
Into
the
a
dam in between the
biogas.
Dakotas into a biogas for my new truck, my blood truck.
Truck.
Chevy.
This Chevy runs on
Satan Arado.
This Chevy Silverado runs on
U.S. blood. Human blood.
U.S. human blood.
But you just would have thought,
There would have been some other process.
I don't even know if there should have been a process. I don't understand if that's what they've been doing forever, everywhere. Why does why does no one that works
No
at the
one's thought about
wastewater
it.
treatment, no, it's like us, they all do podcasts, they don't think about shit? Why does no one there know that like, oh yeah,
That's
all the blood goes in,
down
we
the
deal
drain
with it.
and
We
into the
we
river.
deal with that. We deal with
We're
it.
drinking it.
They do what?
We're drinking it.
We drink it? That's how we're so strong.
Blood
So
water.
they just found out in September of 2021 what's been going on in all 50 states and all over the world for all of time. Well, they do what? My license
We
won't
never
scan.
thought about it.
My license won't scan. Yelling out to your friends that have old licenses because nothing works in demo world.
It's I just can't think that there's not some protocol.
Down the drain in the sink, there's a tube runs right from the gully works right into the sink that's in there. Bloop, 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 going right down. Yep, with contacts.
You're not even supposed to do that with like water-based paint.
No, right down there. Kids paint, old contacts. A little bit of the Fancy Feast gravy lovers. It's like, oh, let me get that down there. All down there. All into your drinking water. What's in your drinking water? Vicodin, Fancy Feast gravy lovers, blood, old Bausch & Lomb contacts. Is that why you're so strong? Yeah. That's why we're all doing so well,
How it got
health-wise.
so strong.
Health-wise. Oh, I was reading about, I'll tell you, there's a series on PBS called The Future of Work, if you really want to watch the most
Dystopian.
terrifying, dystopian, disturbing.
Like how out of our depths we are.
We
just
are
how replaced we already are.
Literally, they just presented it as if this was going to be an informative PBS documentary with no
Like
trigger warning that if you watch this
and you
won't come back.
Trade for a living.
You won't come back. If you breathe, you won't come back from watching this. I think it's 4 episodes. I'm only in 2 in. It's not something you want to watch.
Well made.
Well, I mean, it's well made, but it's just
Disheartening?
just pretty depressing, pretty disheartening, pretty dystopian. Triple D's. You mean fucking Guy Fieri? Triple D?
No.
No, way different. Because robots make all that shit he eats now. Trust.
Yeah, it's like Terminator world.
Trust.
Yeah.
T2000 made that fucking bacon cheeseburger.
Hope you like it.
How come this is the perfect amount
every time
of raspberry chutney?
Every time.
Because the AI plug knows exactly to the
T2.
fucking robot. T2000 knows exactly how much raspberry
much
chutney
chutney
you
you
like.
like.
He would never put on even an ounce more. How does T2000 know exactly how much raspberry chutney? Because last week I wanted a little bit more.
but he knew
today
it,
and
and
I
he
wanted a
still
little
knew
bit
it.
less. Well, because he's in your brain, Sean. So I'm reading this thing about just gig economy stuff and side hustles and all this bullshit. The whole fucking world is a side hustle. And they're talking about, pretty stupid things like ways, things you could do to make money. And some of them were like, proper, like TaskRabbit or like ride sharing. This one was like, spend every weekend at kids' sporting events. I was like, well, I don't know. I
sound
don't.
legal?
Doesn't, yeah. Parents,
Your own kids?
me, maybe, yes, but like talking to me and Jonathan? No. Or, yeah, no. We don't ever go to those games all the time, every weekend. Kids' games.
Kids games. What do you do?
You may
with
be able to
the
earn
hustle?
money as a team photographer. Really? Really? Tell me more about my new job I can tell my family about.
I just use my phone for now.
Right now I'm using my my iPhone 6.
But
The 13's coming. I'm thinking of things. A site called Snapped for You, 4 with a number, trouble.
oh yeah, this is just like the Hollywood Boulevard hustle, but you just do it.
Allows photographers, the ones that are always at kids' sporting events.
Amateur pornographer.
Photographers.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Amateur.
Oh my fuck.
Photographer.
Upload photos and share the links with people who may want to buy the prints.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like deep web, like pedophile groups of men in Estonia that want to buy the prints. Okay. The photographer sets the rates, paying a 10% or 50 cent, whichever is greater, commission on each sale. What the fuck are you suggesting to fucking people? Are you fucking out of your mind?
That's what they do on Hollywood Boulevard, right?
What?
This is a mosquito, and I'm like,
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure it's a mosquito.
He's on to you. Wants that sweet,
What's that sweet?
sweet blood.
Yeah,
Don't
the
send it down the
caramel
drain. Send it right
macchiato
down this drain.
It at different tourist attractions.
Okay.
And I thought I had it happen to me at Hollywood and Highland at
That
some
was just
point.
paparazzi taking pictures of you. That's not...
They'll take a picture of you, and then they walk over to you and are like, "Look."
Digitally, you
show
mean
you
like...
a digital version
how
of it.
good you look.
And then hand you a card and like, if you want this picture,
Go to this website.
Go to this website. So, I mean, it's a tourist husle, but
Okay.
you're doing it
illegally at a children's sporting
gathering.
event with children.
Swimming event.
That you know nothing about or are related to in no way, shape, or form.
Estonian swim meet.
Yes, for your friend's Estonian granddaughter. Unsnapped for you.
You could definitely get yourself into some
Wildly arrested.
hot water
Wildly arrested.
quickly.
Oh, hey, which one's yours? All of them. Every last one of them. Hit this barcode for 50 cents. I'm trying to make a living here.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't try
anything.
that.
Don't try anything. From
Don't
what
try that
from what
side
I've
hustle.
watched on this doc,
Don't do anything.
don't do anything.
Because it ain't going to work out.
Nothing. Better bet is to shut it all down.
Aren't they paying like $20 an hour to work at McDonald's right now, though?
No, now we're talking. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Very, very gingerly and very gently while talking, Jonathan just pulled the cord out of his microphone, which made us think like, oh, there's no way that could have been plugged in. Because he didn't like pull it. He just like tapped it. Oh, fuck.
Let's have a look-see here.
How would you be able to tell whether it'd be like... Okay.
Now?
Locked and loaded. What do you think?
Looks...
Not good. Gonna be a lot of me talking. A lot of you just...
I think we're okay.
I like your attitude.
I think we're all right.
Here's my barcode.
50 cents off any print of your daughter.
Oh, God.
What do college students in the class of 2025... Who do college students in the class of 2025 trust? This is a poll that was done, conducted August 18th through 19th from a representative sample of 1,108 college students nationwide from both 2 and 4 year institutions. 36% say that they trust national news media.
What?
43% say that they trust Congress. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to answer that. Do you trust Congress?
Oh, yes. Congress?
Oh, of course.
Washington, D.C.?
48% say that they trust the president.
I thought these are college. I thought kids got smarter.
55% say that they trust state elected officials.
Oh, those got to be the worst of everybody.
64% say that they trust local police.
Trust them?
That seems high. 66% say that they trust local officials.
Oh, no way.
I don't even know what that is.
That's like
What is that?
ultimate graft. Like a local official?
Like a Kiwanis Club president?
Yeah, Kiwanis Club City Council fucking union rep? No.
93% say that they trust their parents.
No!
Well, I think that's sweet.
Oh, no!
It's wrong, but it's sweet.
Oh, it's so sweet and wrong. Don't do that. Are you crazy? Your parents? They have it out for you. They're so jelly.
I trust national news media.
That's crazy. Like NBC Nightly News. Maybe. I don't know.
Or I don't trust that, but I do trust state officials, local police, and local officials.
Oh, my local police officer? I trust that man to watch my child.
I mean, I think that's what it was supposed
to do?
We were supposed to feel that way, but...
Well, supposed to, definitely. Ideally,
But I would think that the
there
general...
are people of character, and they live in the world, and they try to make it a better place. All of these places, positions are not where those people are. You'll find those people are
Elsewhere.
school teachers and work in the, there
I mean,
are many
local-
professions you'll find
to
trustworthy
66%
and
trust
people with
local
integrity.
officials
Local
sounds so weird to me.
like the Department of Water and Power. I spoke to
Or is that like a mayor?
mayors are fucking shisty. You kidding me?
I know. That's why I'm saying, like, you trust a mayor?
You trust the mayor of
Like,
your
are
small
you
town?
nuts?
You know what that person did, right? That mayor is like done shit. That's why they're the mayor.
Power tripping.
Yeah, how the fuck do you think they became mayor? Because they have shit and they've done shit. Skeletons, yo. You trust skeletons too? What's your trust level on skeletons?
Trust my parents and Congress.
Oh God, I definitely local officials, police officers, and my parents. Wrong.
Congress.
God, my dad is.
I trust the House of Representatives.
My
and
dad is a
parents.
mayor police chief, so I trust him with my life.
House of Reps, number one most trustworthy.
Oh my God, I love them when they rap.
I love the reps.
When they repping it out.
I don't know. I don't know who.
Trust your parents.
trust you.
I trust you. That's all you need.
There's a few others out there.
A handful at best, and it's
all you need.
dwindling.
Daily.
I got 4 or 5 people on your list that by
Jury's
next month
out.
could turn.
Yeah.
You think you got 10? You got 3 max.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on these people.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
it doesn't miss.
You're not gaining them as you get
Trusting them
older.
doesn't mean that they are trustworthy. It just means that you trust them.
You trust them. But as each day,
It gets tougher.
it gets tougher and tougher. 20 to 30 to 40 to 50. Oh, by the time you're 60, you really they've done some shit. Man, he didn't do that to me till I turned 55. Weird. I thought we were in it to win it.
Well, we are.
Let me tell you what he did when I was 55.
It's too late at that point to do anything about it. So it's not that you find someone else to trust. You just go on not trusting this person, but they're still
hating yourself for being around them. But you're trapped because you've been doing the podcast for 40. Can't stop now. I got some good news for you. This will fucking... Because there was no fucking LA Pride in WeHo. There wasn't this year. There wasn't last year. Stupid coronavirus. But in Palm Springs...
We got a white party coming back?
No, we got fucking Leather Pride 2021. That is not going to be fucking silenced. Okay? Get ready for Unlocked full release.
Is that that's the theme this year?
Unlocked full release. Palm Springs Leather Order of the Desert has announced the return of Palm Springs Leather Pride, taking place October 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. All your favorite events will be back. Mr. Palm Springs Leather 2021 contest, formal leather dinner, world-famous clothing optional pool parties at the Canyon Club, a cigar social. Is this your bear profile? What's this?
Can you read that T-shirt?
Can I make it any bigger?
Yeah.
I can't?
You can zoom.
Well, that is a T-shirt that you're wearing in this photo.
Yeah.
You've handed it over to me. I've zoomed in, and the shirt is
short.
Shirt is not the biggest shirt
On me.
on you, and it says on the
Embroidered
quite elaborately on your right breast, Palm Springs Leather Pride 2006. And once again, I bring something up, and you are about 15 and a half years ahead of me. Where did you find this? A thrift shop down there? It is so good.
It's Marissa's. There was a string of them.
You're like,
and
how much for all of them?
We almost bought all of them, but then some of them weren't that good. So she got like a 2013 and a 2006 because they were like embroidered and awesome. The other one is like a black, like kind of like goth, like leather daddy shirt. But that one is so funny because it's like so small, and so I put it on, and
oh, that is so good.
That's so weird, right? It's very funny.
That is so fucking funny. So you're in. How about that cigar social? You with that nude cigar social?
I don't know if you can see it. We'll have to give it to Jeff.
It's amazing.
It's very funny, though. I mean, I just took this like
it's the only way you can get in without leather.
I could show up like this, and they'd be like,
2006?
Get in here.
The fucking you were there?
Where have you been?
You remember Maury that year? When Maury went nuts with leather? You remember. How could you forget? Yeah, the Murray 2006 leather fiasco. So you got a vendor. You're going to be over at Tool Shed. They're doing a bunch of merch and a bunch of sales. You got your nude cigar social at Barracks. You got your nude pool party at Canyon Club.
Nude cigar social. There's always at least one or two ER visits.
Murray 2006.
Burns,
whole weekend he was getting crazy.
Yeah, those burns are real. Cigar burns. Don't discriminate, if you know what I mean.
No, not when all the guys are hanging around nude at Unlocked full release.
I'll meet you at the tool shed, guys.
Jonathan!
Can you believe that I just pulled up?
That I just brought up a random. Then you were like, showed me full. You're in like the full costume. No, I can't. But yeah, I trust you, so I can.
Beards are not just cool and trendy, Seth.
Really?
They may also be an evolutionary development to help protect a man's delicate facial bones from a punch to the face.
Wow.
Well, that's the conclusion of a trio of scientists from the University of Utah who are among the winners of this year's LG Nobel Prizes.
It's IG, they call it. I'm sorry.
IG. Nobel Prizes.
It's the 31st annual. I think they put the magazine in their annals of. What does it say?
Annals of Improbable Research magazine.
So they do this sort of this spoof every year, where true academics coming together, but with a
twist.
It's a twist, a party. And I think that,
this
they had to do it remotely. I think again, like Pride last year and this year.
The Ig Nobel Prizes spoof the Nobel Prize honor, or maybe dishonor, depending on your point of view. Strange scientific discoveries. For the second year in a row, the ceremony was a roughly 90-minute pre-recorded digital event because of the worldwide pandemic, said Mark Abrahams, editor of the Annals of Improbable Research magazine, the event's primary sponsor. While disappointing in many ways because half the fun of a live ceremony is the rowdy audience participation, the ceremony retained many of its in-person traditions. Those include real Nobel laureates announcing the prizes. No faces were punched for the beard study published in the scientific journal Integrative Organismal Biology. Instead, University of Utah scientists Ethan Becerris and Stephen Nailway and David Carrier used a fiber epoxy composite to simulate human bone and sheepskin to act as the human skin, sometimes with the fleece still on it, sometimes sheared. Then they dropped weights on them. The sample, with the fleece still attached, absorbed more energy than the sheared samples. Quote, if the same is true for human facial hair, then having a full beard may help protect vulnerable regions of the facial skeleton from damaging strikes such as the jaw, they said. Presumably, full beards also reduce injury, laceration, and contusion to the skin, muscle, and the muscle of the face.
Fucking amazing. It's protecting you. That's why I don't punch you in the face. What's it going to do?
He couldn't even...
What the fuck would it do? What purpose would it serve? To sock you in the jaw, other than embarrassment on me.
Mine's so soft, it probably wouldn't protect me
Sure,
from
it's
much.
so
certainly not a laceration.
beautifully-
It would just slice right through it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense whatsoever.
It has to make a little bit of sense.
but such a minuscule amount, I would say.
Wearing a mask has got to be better than not wearing a mask.
Getting
Just so,
punched
like,
in a beard,
stuff going in your mouth.
bearded face versus a bald face has got to be a little.
It has to be something like
nominally better.
Even if you know what. Sometimes in combat, it only takes 1 degree between life and death.
you know this. You know this.
Know this. I'm
firsthand.
Firsthand as a hand-to-hand, a combat tactical master. Pew pew. So they did the research. They should have punched faces because they could have.
Would have been way cooler.
Yeah, it would have been maybe more
conclusive.
I don't know because each face.
Well, each punched
face is a different. There's a whole set of circumstances.
I don't know if I'm a glass jaw or a fucking,
Totally.
If I got a chin, if I don't got a chin.
Yeah. Is it like when Buzz Aldrin? Is that when did he punch some guy? When some guy was like, "You didn't land on the moon," and he was like,
went in on him.
Or like when Richard Spencer, when the fucking that Nazi fuck up punched, dream fucking punch.
He got him good.
He got him so good.
It's such a square land.
So good. I guess could we have gone? Yeah, we can't go back and watch video of people getting punched and then find the people and say, how was that? We'd have to bring them in. So we just have to bring in flat earthers and fucking Proud Boys and Nazis and just
punch them
in the face for science.
Well, you know what we would do? We'd maybe shave half their face.
Wow. Have a lefty come in and punch we'd have to do it over. We need lefties and righties getting punched on both sides. It's a 2-year-long experiment of punching flat earthers and Proud Boys. It's a wild study.
Expensive.
It's so expensive to gather up Proud Boys and flat earthers for punching over time. How long does it take to grow the beard? Because it has to be precise.
Couple of months.
You got to bring in beard artists to make sure that it's perfectly. Maybe their way was
as good as it.
Epoxy and sheepskin, the way most
human facial studies
go. The way
go.
most things go. California just became the first state to outlaw stealthing.
I don't know what that is.
Stealthing appeared on the HBO series I May Destroy You. Is when a man puts a condom on his erect penis, and while having intercourse with another person, another human being, Yes.
Slippers.
Yes. From what I was reading,
In order to attempt to
to
impregnate the person.
be a monster, first of all.
Or just
Well,
because it feels better.
Well, that's
That's why I
what
do
I
it.
was reading. So yeah, so you're a lot of dudes like, hey, no, but in changing of positions, doing it in a way that maybe the person, the partner, the man or woman isn't. Maybe they don't have full visual
Yeah.
contact or cues or cognizance. It's psychopaths, but they made it. I was like, oh, this is a, and then a series of women. You know, in this article, it was happened to both men and women, or having sex with men. But this article had a lot of women in this saying that this has happened to them. So I didn't know this was a.
How could you?
This was a thing.
How could you prove that this happened?
Well, probably
Not that I doubt them,
No.
but how could you actually by making it illegal? How could you be like this person?
Another like hurdle in this monster fucking demo stupid world we live in. But the men that do this, monsters, the percentage of
Monsters that
the
do
monsters
this.
that do this, the percentage that have STIs
STDs.
is way higher than a man that might actually not try to do monster work during intimacy. So yeah.
So this is like, not only am I endangering you against your will, I'm like double endangering you against your will, and I'm like taking
You could
my issue
which
out on you. Like,
I mean, that dude ain't getting pregnant. That dude ain't. He already has what he has.
I know, that's what I mean. It's just like completely passing the buck on like all fronts.
Oh, it's really doubling down on the fucking monster behavior. So yeah, first, but like you said, I mean, this is
I remember.
Oh no, stop.
I just remember maybe once in my life a condom breaking during intercourse, and maybe just like doing like one,
Can't.
just one, just to
make
confirm,
sure? No.
and then be like, no, it's definitely broken. This feels
Nope.
much different.
No,
No,
I stopped one before. I'm
Be like,
imagining it.
She's about to blow.
Yeah,
This
like
thing's
this
going
thing
down. It can't hold.
out.
Can't hold
Yeah.
me. Yeah, maybe just like a test thrust, confirmation thrust, and then like
Okay, so that's now
condoms
I've got
broken.
2 phone calls to make. One for Tim, one for you.
it was young,
That's.
very young.
I think I read that in a lot of the articles of
What?
for what guys were saying.
What?
I was young. I need a one said test. I just needed a test thrust. John, California,
JL, California.
90s. Oh, the world it's such a difficult and scary place when the idea
That's not
is that like
stealthing. Stealthing is
no. Stealthing is
intentionally removing.
Yeah, like
But-
the
but-
idea was that like
But saying, okay, I'll put it on, putting it on, and
Totally.
then
And then, like,
somewhere in there,
within the process of like, wait a minute,
and they say. That is so fucked up.
it's.
It's so fucked
I
up.
was like, that's
It's like so fucked up.
yeah, certain breaking a few trust.
Well, and
Levels
also now
there.
actual
Oh,
criminal laws, but
Oh.
I just
but like, listen, women, a woman can be like. I think we've seen up until this point that it does not matter what happens to a woman in that context. She will not see justice or
Justice.
vindication.
Very,
If
very
you had
extremely
you
unlikely.
had 7 fucking phones filming something, you're saying something like this, which is so more abstract in the notion of what. Yes, definitely be like, but man alive, when you're dealing with like monsters, which is what you're dealing with like when you go out of the house, you're like already.
I mean, the
up
only way you
against it.
could do it is if The only way you could do it is if you could. This is getting so graphic. If you
How
could
graphic?
retrieve the prophylactic and it was intact, and you
And
the
the
dude
process of like,
afterwards being like, let's just say this dude fucking came inside of me after he stealthily took off the condom. The condom didn't break, so I have semen inside me, and I've retrieved an intact prophylactic that he had on his person that did not malfunction. And then you could take that and basically
Jesus
like,
Christ, you have to get-
but then you'd have to rape kit it.
you get tested that you have.
You'd have
this,
to basically rape kit
and
it.
then there's nothing in here, and there's not. No, because then they'd be like, well, we found there's a pre-com. We found enough DNA. Like, sorry, you're lying. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of
You're
here.
a liar.
Stop wasting it.
Don't waste our man time, liar, lady.
This is mental.
It's
mental.
It's just like another thing I didn't. Of all the things
That you-
over time that
you were
women
like-
in my life have said to me, like, let me tell you, like, this was like, oh wow, I didn't.
No, I didn't even think about.
And I suppose dudes too that are in,
Yeah,
having,
trying,
sure-
attempting to have
Totally.
safe sex and just getting
and some dude,
duped
yeah.
out. I would fucking kill somebody. I would kill them. I'd be like, "Are you like?"
They're like, what? I just wanted to check one pump. That's what my friend JL in
JL in
California said. You always
California.
got to do one check
Check pump.
Blame JL. Deuces.
Test thrust. Fuck. Confirmation thrust.
It's JL, baby. I'm out. Mr. Leather,
I was just-
Mr. Leather 2006. Check the
I
photo.
was just saying.
I'm
just
fucking with you.
trying to be as honest as I can. The creators of Autotune and leading provider of vocal effects, Antares Audio Technology.
Okay.
Antares
You gotta let me know.
invented
You gotta
Autotune.
let me know what's going on here.
Like the "Do You Believe in Love," "Life After Love" sound, the T-Pain sound.
The sound
It's
that
all-
I would think of Autotune, this is the company that pioneered that sound.
This is who made Autotune. There's other versions, but imitations. But Autotune is Antares.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Antares Autotune.
They have developed an app that detects the pitch of a song, it detects the chord progression, or the loop. The Auto Key app helps artists and musical enthusiasts quickly recognize
Mimic.
the pitch of a tune, identify the major and minor, major key and the relative minor key. Auto Key Mobile is the first portable version of Antares' famous Auto Key desktop software. The app seamlessly syncs with Antares Autotune and their Harmony Engine software, which helps musicians and music producers analyze a pitch during a live studio session. The Auto Key app is available for free on any iOS and Mac device, with plans to release the app for Windows and Android users shortly.
Tell me that sounds. This is
Semi-futuristic.
technological futuristic breakthroughs from my my sonic experiments.
Autotune.
What I'm about.
Autotune is. It's still quite. It's still a. What is it? That. What was the name of that show? What was the name of
The one with Mark Ronson.
No.
This is Pop.
That episode.
Netflix
The
series.
the T-Pain Autotune episode of This Is Pop. It's a shift in the palette of like modern music
Like what
that
we-
I don't think has still fully been realized, and it's not something. It's not a genre. It's not a shift in, you know what I mean? It's not an incorporation of like trap beats showing up on a Katy Perry song and being like, wow, like this thing has gone from here to the mainstream. It's
kind of woven into the fabric of sort of
and it's at a point now where it's inseparable from modern music in a way that I'm like, I even have thought about it before, but not to the scope of like, and then to know that they've made something else is like.
But how is that? Again, why I love watching people press, and even I have such basic and limited knowledge of. I so appreciate even when I'm standing in front of like gear I don't understand. even just as I think like, man, when you to be in Future and to be around that and to understand it, and
Yeah.
it's so fresh. What is it about the music that allows a algorithm or AI to be able to detect that? Is it because sound is measurable in waves, or is it zeros and ones, or
No, it's
what
it's
allows
exactly,
this thing? Did you could press a button and be like,
it comes down to two things. Not two things. It comes down to a few things. One, like you're saying, yes, sound is vibration and it's measurable. It's
So that-
pressure.
that can
On
just
top of that,
knows it?
pitch is detectable,
Okay.
and we only use 12 notes within all of our modern Western music. There's only 12 notes.
Okay.
Only 12 pitches.
That you
now,
can-
those pitches repeat in various octaves, but there's only 12.
Okay.
So you could, like the way that auto-tune works, for instance, auto-tune is just taking every possible pitch and frequency and rounding up or rounding down to one of those 12 pitches. So whatever note is it's closest to, it's shifting it there. And as computing power has become just bigger, faster, and more instantaneous, it's allowed that decision-making process, that algorithm, to just function so much quicker. So something that used to take maybe 300 milliseconds now takes 30 milliseconds or 3 milliseconds. So that something like
This existing is
this is basically taking pitch detection, right?
yeah.
Which is what auto-tune is. It's
Okay.
pitch detection. So it's taking that part of the algorithm and then saying, okay, based on these pitches that we've just extracted from this song, there's only probably one key that this song could technically be in, because these notes that we've detected are unique to that key. So that's the key.
I try my
And then
best
the
to-
tempo, you and I could listen to a song and tap out the tempo, and then you'd just be like, well, how many times did I do this
Totally.
in a minute? So that's the tempo. So then you've got the key, you've got the tempo, and then the chord progression, which is essentially just the key again, but in a different context of what chords lead to what chords. But if in a key there's only going to be 7 chords essentially,
But is it going to make music better or worse? This is pop.
It'll make music.
I guess it still comes down to but when I was watching the episode about the Brill Building,
I think they
they didn't have that at the Brill Building when they're writing hits.
I don't think it'll.
It's all, yeah. I don't mean that in a get off
It
my
will
lawn way.
make-
I mean that in a, I don't
I
understand.
think like auto-tune does. I think it makes music more accurate. But
Okay.
accuracy doesn't in music doesn't
Hard.
necessarily
It's going to hit me here.
doesn't necessarily mean better. It means more accurate.
Okay.
So
Well, the heart.
yeah. Well, I mean, then those things become a little bit more abstract, those concepts of soul or heart or feel, and if those things actually exist, or if that's our impression of, if we were to hear a machine make something and a human make something, even
we
if
be
it was
able
the
to-
exact same thing, if we knew that a machine made that and a human made that, we'd be like, the human one has more feel. Or that because a human has imperfections, that there's no possible way that it wouldn't
Can't be
have
as good.
idiosyncrasies.
This machine that made my burger.
Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, if virtuosity
Oh, boy.
and or accuracy are
Denzel
things
Washington?
that
What is that? Is that a
you
movie? What?
appreciate, then
What's Virtuosity? What's that movie about? Is that
I think
about?
that's about VR. Is
I
that?
don't know.
Is that
Ray
virtuosity?
Fiennes? Is Ray Fiennes in that? Which one's that? I'm sorry, but you said that, and I had Denzel on the mind from Devil in a Blue Dress, and
VR? Virtual Man? Which one?
wow, let me just check.
Virtuosity
on
is a
Virtuosity.
VR movie, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I'm going to tell you in 1 second.
Lawnmower Man is a VR movie.
Ooh, which one's that? Music is fascinating and it's crazy. And there's it's a wild thing. You know, there's so many different kinds of music, and there's so many songs that like affect you, and it's a crazy thing. Virtuosity is from 1995. It's an American science fiction film. It was directed by a gentleman named Brett Leonard, who right offhand I would not be able to give you his credits. I could tell you in a second. It stars Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. In Los Angeles. Let's see. Now, why didn't this play at the New Beverly, Los Angeles on film this month?
For LA New Noir.
I could have seen Devil in a Blue Dress and Virtuosity. In Los Angeles, Lieutenant Parker Barnes.
Russell Crowe plays like a bad guy, and he's like really like he's like a villain.
He is a bad boy.
They're
testing a virtual reality system that's going to be used for training police
I
officers.
was right about this.
The two are tracking down a serial killer named Sid 6.7 at a restaurant in virtual reality. This must be like The Net good. That's right. The Net, is that the one?
I don't know.
What's the one that I watched that I just watched a few months ago that was that was Angelina Jolie and her little husband. Hackers, which was crazy because whatever year that was, it was like, we're inside.
The Net.
Like, and then The Net was like Sandra Bullock.
I don't know.
And sorry.
Oh yeah, she's like an FBI.
I don't know. It's probably computers. SID is short for sadistic, intelligent, dangerous. A VR amalgam of the most violent serial killers throughout history. It causes Donovan. Which one? Who the fuck is Donovan? Is Donovan? It doesn't say.
Denzel.
Killing him. The director overseeing the project orders the program in charge of creating SID to shut down the project. I'm sorry, it's not making any sense for me to read it. But I'm seeing that this is like 1995 simulated, augmented virtual reality. This movie must be insane.
He becomes like from virtual, he like goes real and is like an actual human threat, like murderer, ultra serial killer that they created like in VR. And he comes through the Matrix or something.
The Net is 1995. Oh, we were on fucking fire in 95. Just very quickly, she's a systems analyst in Venice, California.
It's all LA, huh? We got all these LA.
Baby, it's where we used to make here. It's a net. It's AI. Tinseltown, like you said. Who telecommutes. Whoa. Way ahead of its time. To Cathedral Software in San Francisco. Oh, I'm sorry. This is way too much. There's a mugger. There's social security numbers. This looks like cyber terrorists. Looks like we're getting into the net.
This film?
This is Sandra Bullock, Jeremy Northam, and Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller?
Probably. Can I give you hackers real quick before we roll out of here? How about 1995? Wow. Johnny Lee Miller, Angelina Jolie, Jesse Bradford, Matthew Lillard. The film follows a group of high school hackers in their involvement in a corporate extortion conspiracy made in the mid-90s when the internet was unfamiliar to the general public. It reflects the ideas laid out in the Hacker Manifesto quoted in the film. This is our world now, the world of Electron and the Switch. We exist without skin color, without nationality, without religious bias. And you call us criminals? Yes, I am a criminal. My crime is that of curiosity. Now I've watched this sometime during the pandemic, and it was like crazy good. It was weird. They're on rollerblades and once it was like wild. In watching those two fall in love, you can't beat that chemistry.
That's where they met?
Oh! Okay, so that was Hackers, Virtuosity, The Net. Can I go Strange Days real quick? What year was that?
I was just looking it up.
They're all 95 probably.
Strange Days can't be 95. It has to be earlier than that.
95. 95 is the single greatest year of films of all time. Catherine Bigelow, come on. This has got to be the greatest movie ever made. Los Angeles. Hackers takes place in New York. We just need Hackers to be reset in LA and have a quadruple feature.
Strange Days is a wild film.
Catherine Bigelow. So that's like, I'm going to get more legit than that. October 13th, 1995. We're coming up on the 26-year anniversary of Strange Days. Screenplay by James Cameron and Jay Cox.
I mean, look at this fucking cast.
Dog.
Juliette Lewis, Ray Fiennes, Angela Bassett, Tom Sizemore, Michael Wincott, my favorite, Vinny D'Onofrio,
you love Wincott.
Bill Fichtner, Richard Edson, the homie.
Yep. Dog, how's Tom Sizemore in 1995? Devil in a Blue Dress and Strange Days?
Well,
That's what drugs will do to you, kids.
Strange Days, he is like a fucking disgusting, evil fucking
He's a
man.
monster in fucking Devil in a Blue
He's
Dress.
a fucking monster.
So all four of those movies,
1995.
did all four of those movies we look up all come out in 1995?
Yes.
That's very weird.
And they all take place in LA except for Hackers.
Hackers, I'm going to redo Hackers.
LA based.
LA-based Hackers. So Virtuosity, Hackers, Strange Days, The Net. Weird. So what were we thinking then? We were thinking a lot about like the future.
Internet.
The internet. Well, Windows 95, baby. That was the shit. I was a fresh-faced kid. Oh, God, what's fucking... Yeah. I rolled right out. I was like, oh, these movies take place in L.A.? I got to get out there, man. Windows 95.
You know, there's a rave New Year's scene in Strange Days, and that was a rave that I attended in downtown Los Angeles.
And what they shot, like...
D-Light performed,
shot for
at
real,
Aphex Twin performed.
Because Bigelow likes it fucking authentic.
And so, like, when it was an end of the world, like, New Year's, and they have, like, tanks and shit. So when we showed up there, it was in the middle of downtown. They had blocked off downtown LA, and there was like giant military tanks and like soldiers, and we're on like drugs and
costume design to giving everybody Jinkos, like getting waist sizes and handing Jinkos out. 95, man. Let's go Virtuosity Strange Days. Why didn't they put that at the New Beverly in this LA on Film Month? Fuck. Quentin, you just missed a golden opportunity. 2 films, both futuristic, weird, simulated, augmented, fucking, both 95, both LA. Man. Well,
James Cameron produced it.
Strange Days. I said
Rave party extras are delighted. Drug overdoses mar otherwise orderly concert for 10,000 who are filmed for a movie scene. September 19th, 1994.
So you were...
New Year's 2000 occurred at 10:14 Saturday night, and again
what are you reading? Like this an article from like the paper? What is this from?
Yeah,
I'm dying.
From like the LA Times.
So this is you filmed it in 94.
September 19th, 1994.
So you just turned 77, 87, what 97, 94. You would have been 17.
Yeah, maybe. Does that make sense?
You turned 17 in August, and the party was in September. So you were underage. Making 3 phone calls, or 2 phone calls on you, 1 on Tim.
Each time, with as many as 10,000 people cheering and hooting in a rainbow rain of confetti as soldiers wielding M16 stood on top of Humvees to deal with spreading civil unrest.
I'm dying.
At least that's what happened at the corner of 5th and Flower between the Bonaventure and the Central Library in downtown LA.
I'm dying.
Of course, it was all Hollywood fantasy, with the scene being shot and reshot for a movie and the many paying extras lured by a rave concert featuring performances by neo-disco group D-Light and techno composer DJ Aphex Twin. The colorful...
Dog, you're in Strange Days.
I'm in Strange Days.
Ray Fiennes, Tom Sizemore, and Jonathan Larroquette. Holy shit.
I think we snuck in through the Bonaventure Hotel. We somehow, we went through some weird,
a huge budget Hollywood film was shooting.
10,000 people in the middle of downtown on the street, set in like a apocalyptic 2000. There was like they were flying helicopters between the buildings, like they were like hover. I was like, this is nuts. And it was very expensive to get in, and so my like experienced like clubber friends were like, hold on, and like I remember we like wiggled through the Bonaventure Hotel, and all of a sudden we were in like some like back like room service tunnel, and like we pushed the door open and like opened, and there was like
you're the star of Strange Days.
I'm in a guest star, special guest star.
Strange Days, The Net, Virtuosity.
How's that fucking...
Hackers all came out in 1995.
How's that treat us, that like quadruple feature?
People must have been like, well, fuck, I don't definitely would have saw Strange Days when it fucking came out.
You gotta jack in.
What were we... I had to jack in, because where I see it, there's fucking zeros and ones. Man. Yeah, Hackers was funny and wild and
One
weird.
element of reality did interfere in the wee hours when 5 people were hospitalized for what were believed to be overdoses of the hallucinogenic drug ecstasy.
Oh my God.
A common presence on the rave scene.
Oh my God. Is this from the LA Times? This is so good.
That led police to
before
order
I
the
was out
revelry
here.
stop shortly before it was scheduled to end at 4 a.m., though no other serious problems were reported. A police spokesman said later Sunday morning that the event had gone smoothly considering its complex logistics.
You were there.
By the time D-Light hit the stage at 12:35 a.m., I was like in the front. The crowd had celebrated so many New Year's Eves for the cameras that it really felt like the turn of the millennium. But that didn't mean the throng's party energy was spent, thanks to large part to the delightful performance by the New York act.
Was it the best show?
I don't remember the show. I remember that somebody was like, Aphex Twin is on, and he, which I also like years later look back on, during that period of time, he was so like weird and shy that he would like hide behind his equipment. And so on stage, it was like, but like you looked and there was like nobody there because he would like hide behind his shit. But I was like barely even listening to Aphex at that point. Like I wasn't super like, I mean, I had heard him, but I wasn't like,
You weren't there
I
to
wasn't
see-
all about Aphex like at that point yet. I
You
don't
were
think.
like D-Light.
I mean, I was into D-Light. I mean,
You're the star of Strange Days. Oh yeah, dude. America through the eyes of two American Americans.
in sharp contrast, Aphex Twin, a.k.a. Richard Barnes, B-A-R-N-E-S. His name's Richard D. James, just for the record. Richard Barnes
I can't.
showed absolutely zip personality as a performer when he went on at about 2:30, merely standing at the back of the stage, twiddling knobs and working turntables.
I'm dying. This
Richard
is
Barnes.
Dick Barnes. You know.
But what twiddling, artfully sculpting
Oh,
beats. He
my
carved
God.
out wondrous soundscapes out of the kind of techno repetition that left to others is too often somnolent. I don't even know what.
Sleepy. This is like
If he and D-Light are indeed an indication of what this music will
This
be like
is
in 5 years,
too-
it's in good hands.
It's in great hands, Jonathan. Star of Strange Days. Co-star of Strange Days. Can't wait to see Angela Bassett and tell her that my boy was in that movie with her. Man.
The scene cost the movie
Okay.
$750,000 to make that night,
Was really $1 million, which in like
including renting
was
out
really like $5 million.
1,300 rooms, 1,300 rooms in the Bonaventure because they were like hanging shit out of the windows of the Bonaventure because
Yeah,
it was like New
it's-
Year's. Like
It's going into New Year's 2000.
it takes, yeah.
That's so good. Wow.
So it was like recreating, like this is gonna be it. Like imagine it's
We
2000.
well,
We're like, it's
yeah, it is. That
Richard
is
Barnes.
so crazy. Think that's a good movie?
Oh, it's not a good movie.
Oh, it's not.
And then it was a disastrous failure.
Oh yeah, budget 42, box office 8.
It was very bad. Movie.
It was bad, huh?
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny. 95.
Oh, rave goers mostly paid $10 in advance to attend. Others apparently just walked in.
From the Bonaventure through the servant up the Lady Gaga Star is Born like that way.
My name is Jonathan Larroquette. This is Seth Romatelli. This was episode 883 of Oh Yeah Dude.
Man, that's wild.
Come back for 884.
Please come back for 884. Tell a friend.
Go to our website,
About the show. Maybe
ohyeahdude.com.
you
Tell
have
a friend about the shows. Maybe never listened to it before.
Yeah, like you heard about podcasts, they're like gaining in popularity.
As terrestrial radio dwindles,
You tell a friend, hey, as terrestrial radio dwindles, podcast boom.
we are listener supported, commercial free. So if you can afford and would be so kind as to go to our Patreon page, Patreon, pledge $5 a month to us. You get access to all the early episodes that we've been doing since 2006. You get access to all the video episodes that we do currently, discounts on merch, and most importantly, you support a show that does no commercials or advertising. Thank you to everybody who does that and continues to do that. And
Sorry, I just looked up. It's too exhaustive. Just American films 1995. If you did American films, obviously because of coronavirus, 2020 or 2021, which I do on Wikipedia, it's there were so many movies that came out in 1995 that they didn't do it by. If you do it now, it goes by date. Starts in January, and for each, they had to do it alphabetically because it was like
there's
just too many movies. Top 10 highest grossing movies of 1995. 10, Jumanji.
Saw it in the theater.
Okay. 9, Waterworld.
Didn't see it in the theater.
8, Casper.
Didn't see that.
7. Interesting.
Saw that.
You tell me what that means. How's that possible? No, honest. If you want to talk about like angel numbers and shit, how does that happen?
I don't know.
I just told you that 58,000 movies came out in 1 year. They took the 10 highest grossing movies, and that number 7 was a movie called Seven. Okay. Simulation? Much. Number 6, Simulation Much. I don't know that one. They made a lot of movies that year. 6, Batman Forever.
Yeah.
5, Pocahontas.
Didn't see that.
4, Goldeneye.
Saw that.
3, Apollo 13.
Don't know if I saw that.
2, Toy Story.
The first one?
The first Toy Story. $361 million. The number 1 highest grossing film in 1995 from 20th Century Fox at $366 million, Die Hard with a Vengeance. That's crazy. 7 was number 7, huh?
You don't say.
Really? Was 300 300? Okay. Well, then call me if it was.
Come back for 884. Tell a friend. Go to our website, buy some merch, UhhYeahDude.com. You can find me on Instagram and also broadcasting on Twitch, DJing and stuff, doing music-oriented shit.
Strange Days
couple
on
of
your
times a
IMDb
week.
page? Do you have that listed?
Should add that.
Can somebody do that?
Raver number 2.
Raver 2, Jinko Man.
Jonathan Chico Manlarek.
Jinko Man Jones, Raver number 2, Strange Days. Consultant at
Jinko
Rave.
Consultant.
Jinko Consultant.
We will see you for
Get me in
884.
Virtuosity. Like,
I gotta see Virtuosity
Virtuosity must be crazy.
because those are two.
That's heavy concepts. Heavy acting, heavy concepts.
Yeah, far out.
Okay, so we know. That's just such a weird 95 rabbit hole. We just, but you remember Strange Days? It's just not being good.
I also saw it not that long ago.
Oh, really?
Not too long ago.
like-
I tried to
Probably like January. I saw it in January. This year? Yeah, I watch it every New Year's.
every New Year's I watch.
Virtuosity can't be good.
I bet you it's better than we think.
Okay. What was our other movies?
Hackers.
Hackers, I know they turned that into a TV show, I think on USA.
What was the other one?
Let me see what Brett Leonard.
The Net. That can't be good.
Brett Leonard made The Lawnmower Man in 1992. Did you
Lawnmower
not
Man-
just say The Lawnmower Man?
That's another VR movie. Lawnmower Man is crazy. It's not.
It's based
good,
on.
but
It's based on a Stephen King.
It's a wild,
okay.
wild movie.
That's cool. 1992 science fiction thriller, starring Jeff Fahey.
Jeff Fahey is like
intellectually disabled gardener. Pierce Brosnan is Dr. Lawrence Larry Angelo, a scientist who decides to experiment on him in an effort to give him greater intelligence. The experiments give him superhuman abilities, but they also enhance his aggression, turning him into a man obsessed with evolving into a digital being.
It's nuts.
It's
also Jeff Fahey playing like mentally handicapped, but then like turned into like a superhuman. It's like far out. It's far out. There's also some really crazy early computer CGI, like Tron-esque graphics
flying
in it.
through the
It's
flying through the
nutty.
Matrix. Wow. All right. Let's thank you so much
Wait,
for
what? Who made that?
That's Brett Leonard.
He
made Virtuosity and Lawnmower Man.
Oh, so
that's
he was just
you wanted Brett Leonard, New Beverly Double Bill. Oh, you know why Quentin didn't do putting Virtuosity into LA on film? He's going to be waiting for the Brett Leonard. That's really crazy. Virtuosity became the first major film to feature nanotechnology set in a cyberpunk-based future. Wow.
A few of his films, Lawnmower Man and Virtuosity, feature groundbreaking computer animation and visual effects.
Hey, get back here
12
for...
years before they star together again in American Gangster.
Who, Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
I never saw that. Who directed that? Y'all come back here for
You hear?
884. Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.